Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be doing the Unpopular Opinions Book Tag. So let's get started. So I did a poll on Twitter asking you guys what video you wanted me to do next, and you guys voted on the Unpopular Opinions Book Tag, which is great because I've been meaning to do this tag for such a long time. I was tagged by my good friend Katie from Kate's Book Day. I will link her video down below. She's awesome. Definitely go check her out. I will also link the creator's video down below. The Book Archer actually created this tag, so I will link her video also down below if you guys want to check that one out. And also, we all know the universal disclaimer. I'm not trying to offend anyone. Please don't be offended if you disagree with some of my opinions that I share in this video. Please know that I'm not like insulting you personally, and that I am very, very happy for you if you loved these books or loved these characters that I'm going to talk about. You know, you do you, and you know, all that stuff. I'm not trying to offend anyone. So yeah, let's just get right on into the video. So the first question is a popular book or series that you didn't like. There are so many. I decided to go with a series that I don't think I mention a ton on my channel, and that is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. This series I did not really enjoy, and I know this is like one of the pinnacles of YA literature, and I read every single one of these books. I read all 6 of the books. I haven't continued on with the Bloodline series because, like I said, I just didn't enjoy this story really at all. I think my favorite book out of this series was the second one, and then all of them after that I just did not like. I didn't like Rose, and I didn't like Dimitri. I know so many people love him, but I personally just did not like him. I don't know really why. I don't really understand the hype that's surrounding these books. I don't know, it's probably just because Rose was not my favorite character in the whole world. I really did not like her, and it just wasn't my thing. It just wasn't. Next up is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you love. I had a hard time picking a book for this question. I was like staring at my shelves and I didn't really have an answer. I decided to go with the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. I really loved these books, and I know lots of like really big booktubers like Christine really dislike these books. I know a ton of people who really like them, but there are like a few who like really hate them, and I loved this book. I loved the second book. The third one wasn't as good. I will admit the third one kind of sucked. I don't know, I really enjoy this trilogy, and I really love the movies too. And I just saw on Twitter that the Death Cure is starting to film again, which is great because we were supposed to get the Death Cure like already this year, but you know, Dylan O'Brien broke himself, so you know, all that happened, but they're finally filming it again, and I'm really excited. Anyway, I don't know, I just really liked it, and maybe that's because this was one of the first dystopian series that I've read, so I wasn't like burnt out on dystopian by the time I got around to this. I don't know, I really liked it. Number 3 is a love triangle where the main character ended up with a person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you did not like. So the book I chose for this is kind of cheating, but I'm just gonna say if you haven't read the entire Infernal Devices series, mute the video now because I'm going to say a very major spoiler here in a second. So mute the screen now until you see this picture go away, okay? Okay. So yeah, this is kind of a cheat answer considering that Tessa ends up with both Will and Jem just in like different time periods, but mostly I picked this book because I am always Team Jem. I do not like Will Herondale, which is a very unpopular opinion. I know people go crazy for Will Herondale. I am not one of those people. I think me and my friend Rayanne are like the only people that I know who are Team Jem. And so technically she does end up with both of them, but the whole OTP with Tessa and Will just wasn't my thing. I didn't like them together. Yeah. Number 4 is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. I think we all know the answer to this question already. I'm not a fan of horror books. I've never technically read a horror book, but I've seen snippets of horror movies, and it's just not my thing. I don't have any desire to read horror. Probably never will. Number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you do not like. Again, there are so many, but I decided to go with a character that I don't really mention a lot on my channel, and that is Mal from the Grisha trilogy. I do not like him at all. I was considering putting this trilogy as the answer to the first question, which is a popular series that I didn't like, because I honestly really disliked the Grisha trilogy. The Six of Crows duology is amazing. I highly recommend that, but this trilogy just was not my thing, and the main reason is because Mal annoyed me to no end. Oh my god. He was just really annoying to me. He was just got on my nerves, and he just rubbed me the wrong way. I remember going to my first Leigh Bardugo event because I met her twice, and I remember her distinctly talking about how much she loved Mal, and I was just sitting there like, how? Next up, I have a popular author that you can't seem to get into. And the author I'm going with for this question is the ever popular John Green. I've read every single one of his books that he has put out, and you would think that since I've read like 5 of his books that I would like him, but I really don't. I've tried, I like The Fault in Our Stars. I feel like everyone says that. But I just really didn't like any of his other books. If he writes something else, I don't know if I'm going to read it. I don't know. These books just aren't really my thing. Next up, a popular book trope that you are tired of seeing. For this one, I'm gonna go with the ever famous chosen one trope. Honestly, this recently has been getting really on my nerves a lot. I just think that it's really overused. I feel like authors could so easily make that not a thing. For some reason they don't do that, and it's getting on my nerves. Number 8 is a popular series that you have no interest in reading. For that, I'm gonna go with the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. I read this first book and I really disliked it. The romance in this book creeped me out. It like made me very uncomfortable, and I just don't really understand the hype surrounding this series. I have no interest in continuing on with it. I feel really bad, but it just did not strike me as anything that I would particularly like, so I'm just not gonna read it. Sorry. And finally, number 9 is, the saying goes, quote, "The book is always better than the movie," end quote. But what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? So I have to go with The Perks of Being a Wallflower movie. I read this book, I think about a year ago, and I disliked it, which was crazy. I was expecting to love it because this is like becoming a modern classic. Like, so many people love this book, but I don't know, it just wasn't really for me. But I watched the movie and I fell in love with the movie. Like I said, I read this book and I just wasn't really a fan of the characters, but seeing them alive on the screen, actually, like, I loved it so much more than the book. So yeah. So there you guys have it. That was the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm not going to tag anyone today. I feel like everyone has sort of already done this tag, plus I'm lazy, so you know. But if you're watching this and you haven't done this tag and you want to, please go ahead. You can say that I tagged you or whatever you want to do. It was really fun. So yeah, I have my Goodreads, Twitter, Bookstagram, and personal Instagram all linked down below for you guys if you guys want to find me on those platforms. And also, if you follow me on Twitter, maybe I'll do another poll asking what video ideas that you guys have, and you can help me decide what videos I'm gonna do. Thanks again so much for watching. I'll see you guys later in another video. Bye! Wow.